So let's talk about Johannesburg, the G20 summit. This is the Super Bowl of diplomacy. It's where the leaders of the 20 biggest economies meet to steer the world. It is where we protect American jobs, where we secure our supply chains, and where we make sure the rules of the road are workers and our businesses. For decades, no American president would dream of missing it. It is simply too important. But today, for the first time in history, the United States is missing in action. President Trump has refused to attend. He has boycotted the summit entirely. And the reason he gave, he cited stories about the persecution of minority populations in South Africa, stories that our own intelligence agencies and diplomats on the ground have not verified in the way he describes. Now, protecting human rights is vital. It is who we are. But you don't protect human rights by staying home and sulking. You go there, you look leaders in the eye, you press them, you do the hard work of diplomacy. Instead, we stayed home, and here is the heartbreaking part. The world moved on without us. While the president sat this one out, the other 19 leaders didn't wait. They went ahead and drafted a declaration. They set the agenda for the global economy without a single American voice in the room. Think about that. Decisions about trade, about energy, about the future of money itself. Decisions that will affect your wallet and your children's future were made today without America having a say. We are seeing something unprecedented. We are seeing an America that is isolating itself, not out of strength, but out of fear and grievance. And while some folks might cheer this as sticking it to the globalists, the reality is much colder. When we step back, others step in. China was there. Russia's representatives were there. Europe was there. They're writing the rules now, and we are leaving ourselves out in the cold. This isn't about one man. This is about who we are as a country. Are we the leader of the free world? Or are we an island? Because right now, looking at that empty chair in South Africa, I don't see strength. I see a retreat that leaves us smaller, weaker, and more alone. And I know deep down that the American people deserve better than to be sidelined in the story of our own future. Stick with me, because in the next part, I'm going to tell you exactly how the other world leaders reacted when they realized America wasn't coming, and the specific opportunities we just handed over to our competitors on a silver platter. You need to hear this. You know, when you walk into a room like the one at the NASREC Expo Center in Johannesburg, there's usually a hum, a kind of electric energy. It's the sound of deals being made and the future being written. But today, the most deafening sound in that room was silence. Silence coming from the seat that should have been occupied by the President of the United States. I want you to really picture this. You have leaders from 19 of the most powerful countries on earth sitting around a massive circular table. You have President Ramaphosa of South Africa, the host looking to lead. You have President Xi of China. You have Prime Minister Modi of India. And right there, glaringly empty, is the spot reserved for America. Usually when the American president walks in, the room shifts, the conversation stops until we sit down. But today, they didn't wait. And that is what should keep you up at night. The moment they realized President Trump wasn't coming, and that he wasn't even sending Vice President Vance, but a junior embassy staffer, the mood changed. It shifted from confusion to calculation. I've been in these meetings. I know how these leaders think. When they saw that empty chair, they didn't see a protest. They saw an opening. President Xi didn't waste a second. He spent the day shaking hands, signing side deals, and presenting China as the reliable partner for the global South, while we were tweeting from home about grievances that the rest of the world has already investigated and dismissed. China was busy securing access to minerals, trade routes, and markets that rightfully should have been ours. And it gets worse. By the end of the day, something happened that has never happened in the history of the G20. They released a leaders' declaration, a joint statement on the global economy without the United States. Usually, nothing gets signed unless we agree to it. We have always had the veto power of presence. But because we boycotted, they simply moved on. They wrote the rules for the next year of global trade, climate policy, and debt management without a single American protecting your interests. Think about what that means. It means the safeguards we usually fight for, protections for American workers, rules against intellectual property theft, standards for fair competition, were likely left on the cutting room floor. We gave up our voice, we surrendered our leverage, and for what? To make a political point that only isolated us further. We are watching the torch being passed, not because someone took it from us, but because we dropped it. And the scariest part is the world is learning that they can function just fine without us.